meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey. It's the Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, diction medicine specialist. Stephan Jenkins is going to be in here tonight from Third Eye Blind. Stephan evidently was here at 8:45 in the evening.
No, what? Oh, my goodness.
Drew, that's good acting on your part. No, what?
No, but really.
Good gravy.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to concentrate, not saying the F word because I'm in such pain all the time now. But look.
Your mantra's just F, 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 F,
holy F, holy F, holy F.
And then you start sitting up, holy F.
Oh, holy S, then it's like, oh my effing, this is like F. Oh.
Really?
Yes.
You still in a good deal of pain?
Yeah.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah.
All right.
But I feel okay. I feel kind of strong.
All right.
But I'm kind of surprised that somebody's been on the show as many times as he has. I mean, remember we met him in Chicago one time?
Yeah.
We made it at 12 o'clock then. And
well, we have moved the times around a little bit because Stephen's been on the show out here a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then I think we met him and Orion. I think the guitar player. I'm looking at the band picture. I'm seeing if I see him in there. Well, anyway, saw him. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Saw him in Chicago where they came to join us with the time difference and everything, so maybe got spun around.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, he's now coming back to the studio. This ironically happens from time to time. Guest shows up an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
And then ends up being late.
Yes.
Because they step out. Yeah. I do this, by the way, when I get up too early for something.
Yes.
I wake up an hour earlier and I need to, and I go, well, what the hell? I'm gonna get high and maybe start roofing the house or something with this 40 minutes I have, and then I end up being late. All right.
There we go.
You ready to rock here, Drew?
Yeah.
Let's talk to Courtney, who's 25. Courtney?
Yeah?
What's up?
I'm not sure if I'm if I'm pregnant or not.
Mm-hmm.
I had my period, the first day was April 30th, but I'm having, like, symptoms, so I don't know.
You mean you were bleeding and you stopped?
Uh-huh.
And then what are your symptoms now?
Well, I always have to go to the bathroom a lot.
So maybe you have a urine infection.
Okay, and
that's not a symptom. No, that's not a symptom of pregnancy until you're like in your 6th month.
Well, I thought it was because before I have a baby, and last time I had it, I had the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, like 1 week into the pregnancy?
Well, no, not immediately.
No, okay.
But it was in the first trimester.
Yeah, maybe at the end of the 3rd month.
Okay, and I feel like nausea all the time, but I don't know. I mean, is it?
Well, that could be psychosomatic.
It could be your urine infection.
Okay.
Courtney, come on.
Drew, when do the changes begin? When do you start feeling it? I mean,
some women claim they know immediately that they're pregnant, but
the egg gets fertilized,
and it spends several days making its way down for implantation.
The egg does.
Yeah, it's just cruising. It
makes its way down.
Yep.
Oh.
From the tube down.
I thought it was heading up.
No,
heading down.
Get the pictures up.
No, I don't want to see any of that yucky stuff in there. All right, so. Does Courtney know if she's pregnant or not? Want to get a test?
I mean, you just had your period, and now it hurts when you pee, and you feel nauseated. You have a urine infection and pregnancy would be 15th on the list of possibilities here.
Well, is it possible to have your period while you're pregnant?
You don't really have a period. You have what's called first trimester bleeding, and that's caused by tubal pregnancies, spontaneous abortions, miscarriages, things like that.
Okay.
So it's a serious thing if you have bleeding and you're pregnant.
Okay.
Why don't you just get a pregnancy test?
Wasn't it too early?
It is too early. That's right. But
well, I don't know how long it's been.
Like 5 days.
Since you had the sex, or since you noticed the pain?
Since she entered her period.
All right. We've decided you're not pregnant.
Okay.
But you need to see a doctor right away because this can get in your kidneys. It can be quite serious.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, good times.
Okay.
Or it can be an STD too. It's the other thing that causes pain with urination.
Drew, would you rather have a urinary infection or be pregnant?
UTI, thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Put me down for that, too.
Yeah, I will.
Corey?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Hey, my girlfriend and I probably have sex like 3 times a week, and it seems like I get really, really raw as far as penis-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Fat.
Because sack-wise, I'll notice myself. Drew, anal-wise.
Anal-wise?
Do you notice any?
Just
chafing?
No, I haven't noticed any lately, no.
Sack-wise?
Really? Yeah, it could be a problem, sack-wise.
Taint-wise?
Taint-wise, ain't so wise. No, it's, no.
What about knob-wise?
Knob-wise were the problem, really. Yeah, knob can be really...
Okay.
You know.
Well,
yeah.
See, that's the thing. So, I mean, we use that, you know, and I was just wondering if there's anything...
You
like
use... What?
KY.
Okay. Did we bring up KY?
No, but anything wise, he's heard KY.
Oh, he heard the wise.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I heard
You
Y,
heard
yeah.
taint-wise, and he heard KY.
K-wise.
Yeah.
Okay. Good enough. So
But
you use KY, yeah?
I thought, I mean, if there's like an STD involved, you know, because I had sex like maybe 2 years ago with this girl, and I found out she was pretty horror-roundish, you know, and I don't know if there was anything, you know, like...
I like the way people think in terms of, you know, if somebody has an STD, they must be misbehaving. There's
Well,
something
he found
wrong
out
with
that
them.
she'd been a little busy,
But,
you know.
You know what I mean? It's probably many of the people he doesn't think of as busy were busy.
Right.
And could equally be likely to expose him to something. And, Corey, of the things you can get that can cause a sort of a rash-like irritation, herpes is way up on the list there. Anything that burns on your penis after any sort of exposure or irritation, it sort of has to be proven not to be.
Like it's on one side of it. It's never on the other.
Which
like,
is even
like
more,
dry skin.
which is even more herpetic, and that tends to recur in the same place.
Yeah, because if it was just basic chafing, you'd feel it on both. You'd have it on both sides.
He
wouldn't
could
you?
get just some chronic irritation there that needs to be treated, and then he keeps reactivating because they're having sex 3 times a week. Try wearing a condom for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that funny?
He doesn't want to
Well,
step backwards.
I could try that. You're right.
You have a big penis?
Not really. Average,
All
I
right,
guess.
that's good. I respect that.
Why'd you ask him that?
Well, sometimes I thought, you know, the girth is such.
That it's rubbing against it. Got it.
Yeah.
You want the guy with the big penis to have a problem. Is what's
It'd be
going on.
nice.
Yes, I
It'd
see.
be nice. But if they just die earlier, that'd be fine, too.
Yeah, I'll see to it.
Let's say in their late teens.
Mhm.
Stephen,
Yeah,
you're 17?
yeah, that's right.
Let me ask you something.
All right.
Your name is Steven?
V-E-N.
Yeah, what I say, V-E-N?
Yeah.
And you know, by the way, you're a bad speller when you're actually reading the letters off of how someone's name is spelled, and you still screw it up?
Yes.
Okay. Stephan Jenkins from Third Eye Blind has the S-T-E-P-H-A-N.
A-N, yeah.
Is that still Stephen, or do I got to screw it up just a little?
Stephan?
Well,
Stephan?
I'm just saying, I know they're both Stevens, but it feels weird saying Stephen with the P-H-A-N.
Well, Stephan is a name.
It is
That's
a
the
name,
point.
but
At what
his
point
name
is
isn't Stephan.
At what point is it Stephan?
It's Stephan right now
Yeah.
for me. But, I mean, I know Stephan Jenkins is not Stephan Jenkins. I'm just wondering, is it Stephen?
Well, maybe they just call him Steven because it's easier or something. I don't know.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, that solves it.
All right, so no insight from a fellow Stephen.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen King with the PH too, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it's just Stephen. No difference between the V and the PH. All right. I can't. Every time I see Stephan Jenkins' name written, I want to say something else. I just know his name is Stephan Jenkins.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see what was in the parents' minds when they chose the...
Well,
spelling?
we can find that out when he comes in
All right.
into the studio.
Maybe they're European.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah. Okay. So I've been going out with my girlfriend, who's 18, for about 4 months now, and she's always been the one to lead things on, like start things in the relationship, like. And she wanted to have sex a couple times, right? But every time we have opportunity and it
Hold
gets
on
down
one second.
to, you know, what we're doing, then
Did you hear that?
she starts panicking, kind of.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just really curious because the next day she'll, you know, be fine with it, and she'll say, "Oh, I just freaked out at the last moment." But it's happened like 4 or 5 times so far. And I don't know what would bring that sudden panic on at the.
How old is she?
She's 18.
Yeah, she's just not ready. She thinks she's ready, but she's not quite there.
Well, there could have been some history too.
Could have
we
been.
don't know about.
Could have been. How long you guys been dating again?
4 months.
4 months.
How
She-
far have you gotten with her?
So far, just you know, third base.
Third base.
Yeah.
Is that oral? No?
Yeah.
That's oral.
Mhm.
It's nice.
Good times.
Yeah.
I don't think oral was on the bases when I was using
it
it.
was in the grotto with the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, I mean, it was making out, first base, feeling up, second base, feeling downstairs, third base, and then sex. There's no place for oral.
Didn't enter into the thinking. in the planning process
I know.
that didn't exist.
We dare not even dream of such glorious things. All right, Stephen, so I don't know if there's any answer to this.
Yeah, you can ask her if this is an issue, if there's something substantial in her past that's sort of re-triggering her trauma in the present and making her anxious and panicky. Or maybe she's just not ready, and you just got to go very slow and be very supportive to her. And that's, I think, more the case.
Really? We're just going to pronounce Stephan exactly the same as Ven?
In this case, we are going to.
We're just going to say it just like it's...
say it just like that.
Stephen.
Yeah.
Ven. Just
I feel like
Stephen.
I want to talk to her. I talk to my kids. If you bring this up one more time,
I'm going to get time out.
Yeah.
I'm going to sock you in your belly button, Drew, and you're going to explode. It'd be great. Staples popping everywhere.
Think about it.
Erica?
Yes?
You're see, here we go. This is Eric with an A on the end. Erica. Yes.
I'm a female. I'm a girl.
No.
I know.
Adam's obsessed with names tonight.
You're 20.
All right.
I'm 20, and, well, I've been with my boyfriend for over a year and a half, and everything's great, and we're doing good and stuff. But I'm having problems orgasming through intercourse.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask something. Where did you get, and this is not meant to be harsh, where did you get the idea that you were supposed to be having orgasms during intercourse? This is a curiosity of mine.
Well, it's good.
Stop talking.
But I'm curious. I'm just curious. They read it in Cosmo. Where do they get the idea that a physiologic function?
She told you,
it
Drew,
really doesn't happen to most women. It doesn't.
Well, I know that, and it just seems unfair.
But you have orgasm with oral sex, right?
Yes.
Well, that's not so unfair, right?
Well, but if you think about like making love as just sex, then it's unfair because like the guys always go and females don't always.
Listen, believe me, we wish you broads would get off while we were in you for a change. Yes. Believe you me.
Yeah, I can see that.
We don't need to be parked downstairs for 12 minutes that feels like 3 days. Believe you me. Listen, I got to be honest here.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying, you think time passes slowly when you're in line at the DMV or something. How about you just stick your tongue out as far as you can get it, and never bring it in your mouth, and just breathe through your right nostril or possibly your forehead for just like 14 straight minutes. Just everyone just do that. 8 seconds feels like a lifetime when you're doing that. If you were just doing that standing up watching TV, you'd be pissed.
Yes, that's right.
Now you're buried in darkness. You feel things. There's always that rogue pube that is stuck to your soft palate up there. You want to get it, but there's a you have to basically speak Yiddish to get the thing out. You don't want to interrupt the flow as a guy. It's like you don't want to say you've injured yourself performing oral. Yeah. Here he is.
I don't want to miss out on this.
Right in the middle of Adam's oral diatribe.
I was listening to this in the car.
Thank you. Good to see you, Stephen.
That's Stephen. Stephan.
I know.
That's the name they gave me, dude.
It's just Stephen.
That's how it was spelled at birth. It's, Thom York.
Good to see you, by the way.
It's nice to be here.
It's been.
Sorry I'm late, but they told me I thought you guys had a new place, and I got there at like 8:45, and
don't start. No, don't. Just stay. Let him stay. Don't get into the new place thing. Just stay with the names. Okay?
We're doing good.
We're still in the same whack-ass old place here.
Stephen, don't do it.
Frankly, I'm tired of it.
Oh my
god.
Oh my god.
All right, now I don't have the energy to get into this dump tonight. I would rather enjoy the moment with Stephen. So anyway. Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys.
I guess it was it's been a couple years, right?
No.
When were we here last time?
When you did that about a year and a couple months ago, the breast cancer.
Yeah, we did Breathe. I came here. We did the Breathe benefit.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That was 2001.
Yeah, Drew came over and he hosted. Yeah, and then I just hit away and finished the album, which came out today.
Yes.
Third Eye Blind's new album came out today. I can't believe it.
And it has been 3 years, over 3 years since the last Third Eye Blind album. And was that intentional?
No.
Well,
it wasn't. It just
the way it happened.
I don't know.
I mean,
took a while.
You have enough money, you're enjoying your life, you're busy with different various things like acting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
I did some acting, but this is really the thing I'm really into doing. We built a studio. We wanted to take a little bit of time off, So I took some time off. I did the Breathe benefit, which if you ever try to put on a benefit, takes forever. It took all my time for a long time to do what we did. And then we built a studio, which, there's sheetrocking involved.
Sure. Tin knocking.
And then we started the album, and that, I think, having our own studio made us take longer to do it.
Where is the studio? Is it up in San Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah.
And is it on you guys own the building? Is it on a piece of your own property, that kind of thing?
No, we just leased the building.
And you just built the studio in there? And can you lease the studio out to other bands and stuff like that?
Yeah, the Donnas are in there.
Oh, really?
It's down in the warehouse district or something, right?
Yeah, it's down south of Market area.
By the baseball diamond, right?
Drew, wait, you going out there?
No, I remember you talking
it's by
about
the baseball
this.
diamond.
Yeah, he was talking about this last time.
Adam, you don't remember what happened to you, man. You don't remember anything.
I do remember this discussion. I said San Francisco.
I know.
Come on. We had the Donnas in here a couple of weeks ago, and they were cool. I like them. So they're in your studio utilizing it. You guys.
Yeah, people from San Francisco use it, and that's not what we built it for. We built it as a home for us, but other musicians seem to like it, and it's what made this album. And I think this album sounds really good, and it's part of that's because we built the place to do it.
Well, maybe we should. It's a good segue to hear something off the new Third Eye Blind CD.
Look at that.
Great idea.
Yeah, you got it queued up there, Anderson.
It's been a year, and you're still smooth.
Thanks, baby doll.
Is that what that was?
This one's called Blinded. Third Eye Blind, everybody. Stephan Jenkins is in studio tonight.
So nice to be here.
That sounded great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's my life's work.
3 years plus, and hit the ground.
Well, we spent
running.
about a year making it. Yeah. And so here we are.
That particular song had some problems in radio that were pertinent to what we've been discussing when you watched.
I said go down on you for an hour, yeah.
In the lyrics.
Yeah.
And they don't like that.
No.
Adam didn't like that either.
When you're a white rock,
he was just talking about that.
I'm with the program directors on this one, Stephen. Our special is a long time to be going down on
bad
something.
precedent.
Yeah.
Would you say?
You said fight them up for 10 minutes or something. That's something I think I wouldn't yank. But I hear an hour, anything over a half hour, I got to yank that.
It's an expression of desire, not a statement of fact. That's not good. Don't put that on. Who put that on? Don't do that.
Come on, Anderson. They don't crap on his art. And now what? Do they tweak the song? Like, can they say go down?
They can turn go down on you around. Yeah.
And fix it up so it's like for a power nap
go down
or something.
On you around. Imagine the imagery.
Right. So, we played it on. We didn't do anything with it on this show, did we?
No, you were bold. It's a bold show.
Great song.
Lovelines.
We're here. Let me tell you something. We're bold and we're lazy too. It's easy to be bold. Like we don't like to listen to stuff in advance and work it out and ask questions. Stephen is here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Drew, a little question about Drew's hernia surgery.
Yeah.
Drew's board certified, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
He, by the way, I used to say hernia. I used to say a hernia my whole life because it's the only way I ever heard it. People say I had a hernia. I had a hernia surgery.
So you thought it was one word, a hernia?
I did. Just like I thought Pia Zadora's name was P. Isadora instead of Pia Zadora. Yeah. Well,
nice.
See, I know our audience.
Timely reference.
I know our audience.
That's great.
I know our audience. Well, did you just say P. Isadora?
I just want to tell people this is gonna be one of those shows where you want to sit in your car because we're gonna get into it really deeply, in spite of what he just said, which wasn't that cool. But after this break, we are gonna get deep into it.
As a matter of fact, those of you who are at home need to climb into your car and just sit in the driveway.
Because I do that sometimes. This is Stephan Jenkins, and I'm not only a participant, but I'm a fan.
Thank you, Stephen. We'll be back. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. Stephan Jenkins is here tonight from Third Eye Blind. New album is out today. It's called Out of the Vein. He's going to be on Leno, him and the rest of the band, tomorrow night, so you can look for him then. And Lincoln Park in here tomorrow night. So, where were we? Drew's recovering from his hernia surgery. Not feeling well.
Not feeling bad, but not feeling well. What is this a picture of in the back on the album cover? Do you know?
I think it's Birmingham, England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool
Everybody
picture.
thinks this is our bass player, Orion, when he was 5.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like him.
It's got some Orion.
I like this. It's the cover of we're talking by the way, this is Stephan Jenkins from Third Eye Blind. My guests tonight are Adam and Drew, Dr. Drew. He's certified, and this is my album cover, and this is a photo from Mick Rock. He did all that old glam stuff.
Yeah, this is
Did, like all the like Rocky Horror Picture Show photos and all the Bowie photos, and he's like this sort of classic rock photographer. And we use him on the cover of the
picture,
album.
It's a cool record cover that Drew just broke, but is the picture of the guy who's on the cover? He's in front of an English town.
Yeah.
Is he standing there, or did you put him there?
No,
It's superimposed?
It's there. This photo was in a book from Mick Rock, this photographer, and it was Mott the Hoople's original idea for a cover for all the young dudes, and they never used it.
Oh, really?
And I was like, why didn't they use this? This is the best album cover I've ever seen, so we used it.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Smart. All right, let's talk to Michelle.
I just made that up.
No, you didn't. Michelle is 27. Michelle?
Michelle.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Before I ask Dr. Drew my question about hernia, I just want to say one thing to Stephen. Stephen, if anybody loves you at Live 105 in San Francisco, it's Sharon Walsh.
That's so nice to hear. Thanks, Michelle.
Anyway.
Big up to San Francisco.
Yeah, big ups. Anyway, Dr. Drew, I had hernia surgery in January. And
my condolences.
You don't hear that from women that often, do you?
It's not as common with women, but they get it.
Well, you know, when you're lugging heavy radio, you get... Sorry, guys.
You're on the radio right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's ironic. It's ironic that you would have a background in radio and just bust out the S word almost immediately.
Really. Anyway, I'm still having a lot of pain.
Unacceptable.
You mean, did you have the laparoscopic procedure?
No, they cut me open. They didn't do the one that you did.
I had the scope.
Yeah, they cut me open and they put the mesh piece inside.
Why?
I'm so sorry.
Why would they cut her open if they had this other technology?
I don't know. Maybe it was was it an umbilical hernia?
No, it was lower.
Huh. That's
It
funny.
was.
You guys want to see my holes?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Drew's going to show us his hole.
Look, there's Drew's hole. Yeah. Let me see if I can describe this to you. The humanity, the horror. It's sort of a dead yellow color with purple discolorations.
The jaundice
but his
yellow.
abs are tight.
Inside, it's all a mess.
His belly button looks like a black eye.
And it was shaved. He looks like a
shaved cat.
It's like a old tranny who got beat up.
Yeah, my scar's not too pretty.
Oh.
All right, so
I do not plan to have pain 4 months out. I'm telling you that.
How can Dr. Drew help you with your hernia?
Every time I bend over, I feel the mesh. Like, I feel it inside of me.
Yeah, they say that you can. It takes a while to really stretch it out. Like the athletes and things that have to get this, which is common. They say, 6 months later, they're still kind of stretching on it a little bit.
And sometimes, Dr. Drew, you just got to bend over and feel the mesh.
And right now, I can't straighten up. And I feel the mesh all the time. I'm bent over all the time.
All right, Pansy. Drew, that's an interesting statement.
I know.
I'm bent over all the time. All right, I'm
Sweetie,
done
I
with
just
Michelle.
can't get up.
I've been tying the same loafer for 20 years.
Okay.
All right, Michelle.
My nuts are getting swollen, too.
I think you're going to have to just break it in a little more.
Yeah, take time.
Take your time.
All right.
How can I break it in? Is there exercises I can do?
Just abdominal exercises and stretching, just the usual stuff.
Well, what are they? Should you be doing crunchies at a certain point?
I'm going to talk to my surgeon about a week or so. I don't think you do for about a month.
Okay.
Downward dog, upward dog, a little
That's
Ashtanga
right.
yoga.
A little yoga. You do some
Kadasana.
yoga? You seem like a yoga guy.
I do?
Yeah, he's Bay Area, and you're up in your head,
Really?
Yeah. It seems like you could do some yoga. You're in good shape. You're sort of long and lean.
Yeah. Well, no.
All right.
Not
I did a yoga class once when we were.
Oh, yeah, in North Carolina.
But I've taken a class or
liked
two, but I'm not like the, I don't know.
I liked it. Only problem is I used the mat the gym mat. I didn't bring my own mat, and it was not in good shape at all.
What they gave you?
Yeah, and you're stuffing your face into it, and it smells like ass, and
Really,
you want to complain.
If you haven't seen Adam Carolla walking around, one of the founders of the Man Show with a yoga mat, you haven't.
No, there was another dimension to that weirdness, which he was surrounded by North Carolinian housewives who all wanted to talk to him about the Man Show at the conclusion of this yoga.
And
class.
here he is complaining that he's got to use, that the yoga mat used by the scum out there. Where's my own yoga mat?
The
when
common
I need it?
people, yes. Kevin?
Yeah, hi.
What's up? You're 23.
Yeah, I just started dating this girl, and
Kevin does not sound 23.
We finally got down to it, and she got like real big beef curtains. I didn't know if that.
Whoa!
She got like what?
Beef curtains.
Really big
Beef curtains. That is, I've never heard. Ann, ever heard that term?
Never
before?
heard that one?
Anybody? Oh, that Laura. Terry, don't call me Tar.
It's a term that's used more often in Britain.
Yeah.
I see. That's good.
I'm
and in
familiar
France,
with
I
it.
guess, huh?
Yes, anywhere the gentry
I
resides.
imagine, yes.
All right, so Kevin.
I was just wondering if that meant she's been around a lot, or...
Yes, she's
No.
been stretched out.
No.
Yes.
Born that way, yes. Not the moment she was born, but genetically endowed, yes.
Kevin.
I mean, it's kinda like...
Kevin, quiet down. Let me ask you some questions. Why is it you're 23 and you sound like a Vietnam vet?
Oh, I smoke a lot. My throat's a little, cottoned up.
You do drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't call it drugs. It's
just Vicodin.
a little.
Yeah, but you don't call you don't call labia beef curtain, or actually you do.
You don't call, yeah.
Right. Okay, so you do drugs, smoke, how's everything going for you otherwise?
Everything otherwise, besides the big curtains, everything's fine. I mean,
Oh, that's a problem?
yeah.
So usually you got to. This is look, Kevin. This
They're
is
in the way.
Kevin. They're not in the way.
way.
You're in the way of you're closing your own curtain. This is Stephen. Let's just take care
It's
of
going
this.
to be curtains for you.
This is really, Kevin, the issues you're facing are really the way you look at things, and it comes down to a question of adjectives. So what you need to think about is the word plush.
Yeah.
And when people ask you about how your girl is, you don't need to talk about this in any overt ways. What you need to say is, oh, she's great. She's
Maybe
so
we'll
plush.
we'll use the French term, drop the buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She's
let it-
plush. I love her. She's plush.
All right, Kevin.
Okay?
Fresh.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Plush.
You got it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
And,
Love is a beautiful thing.
Look into the pot, and I'm sure there's opiates here, too. I can just feel it.
Fast forward to tomorrow at work, Kevin. Like, yeah, my lady has plush beef curtains. Plus size beef curtain. Crushed beef curtain.
I did what I could.
I think
I tried.
I think you did what you call positive imaging. You
And
replaced beef curtain with plush. And I
risk
think that's
management,
good.
and damage control, too. It was good.
Right.
Yeah.
How far are we going to get with that guy?
Christian?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. You're 15?
Yes,
You got a question for
You
Stephen?
sound 15.
indeed I do.
Ask away.
I just wanted to say, how's it going, Stephen? And congratulations on the release of Out of the Vein.
Thank you so much, Christian.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
it's worth all the wait. And
Did you listen to it today?
Yeah, I bought it today.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
I really want people to like this album because we worked hard on it, and it's. It
Yeah,
makes me
man,
feel
I get
good,
the
man.
feeling like
Thanks.
people are kind of like, it's like under the radar now, And, I was just, that's partly what my question's kind of about.
Uh-huh.
It's like, how much does the public success of this album have to do with the future direction of the band?
Good question.
Well, I think we're always kind of under the radar. I mean, we're not Third Eye Blind's not a big media band. I don't think we've ever been on the cover of a magazine. We're not a big video band. We didn't put out a video for the first single off the last album. We haven't put out a video for this one. It's really what Third Eye Blind's about is music, and we're kind of weird. We're kind of a misfit band. There's not really a place for us, and that's the kind of people we appeal to, I think, is misfits ourselves.
Well, does the label want you to come out with a video, for instance?
Yeah, they wanted a video, but every time we make videos, I always feel so bizarre. I look at them, I was like, that isn't...
Do you have a problem with people downloading your stuff, and so you have to try to include a DVD or anything in your products?
Well, I think everybody has a problem downloading. I actually like it when people have started to bootleg shows, and they download those and they trade those, and I think that's great. And then there's B-sides and things like that.
Yeah, all the demos they have up on the internet, like, I'd heard Wake for Young Souls a long time ago, and that song's great, and I'm so glad you re-recorded that.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad you liked the album.
Yeah, it really fits in with the album.
It's just how we do it, This is a Third Eye Blind's a band that has done everything on its own terms and sort of its own way, and we've, somehow I don't know how that we've sold 8 million records without ever being in the top 20.
Yeah,
that's how we do it. Yeah,
wow.
So we're not hypey.
Well, let's pray you stay out of the top 20 with the new CD.
I know. If we have a big debut, we're going to be in big trouble, Christian.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening, Christian.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about people's
yeah, but that was nice.
Perversions now.
Jennifer?
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yeah.
You're 3 months pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Your first pregnancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the first question is, The guy that I'm with, he kind of like, makes me feel really unimportant. Like, I'm always the one calling him all the time. He's never concerned, like, with how I feel. Doesn't ask me how I'm doing or anything like that.
And it's his child.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Well, he tells me he loves me and stuff, you know. Like, and, I always have to drive everywhere we go, and, if there's something like...
He doesn't have a car?
No, he has a car, and it's nicer than mine. It's not that. I don't know what it is. He's, like, really cheap with me.
How old is he?
He's 21.
What does he do for a living?
Right now he's not...
Right now?
Oh.
Yeah.
Right now, so he's trouble.
Right?
Wait, right now what?
He's not really doing anything.
When everyone starts, Stephen, with a right now, it means they're not doing crap.
Yeah, he doesn't have a job at the moment.
Yeah.
Right now means never have.
Right
never
now,
will.
meaning he's going to be the President of the United States, but right now, he doesn't have a job. Yeah.
Yeah, right now, the two worst right nows are, where are you going to college? And what do you do for a living?
Yeah. Right now.
Yeah, if you say, where are you going to college, and you hear right
You're
now...
go after people that go to city college again?
That's when junior college or trade tech comes in right after that. And with jobs, it means either I don't have it. It oftentimes means not having a job.
Well, it certainly means you're not doing what you imagine you should be doing.
Right. Well, I would say right now we're off to a really bad start here.
Yes,
we are 20, we're pregnant, and we're not appreciated.
And we're with a guy who's an a-hole.
Homie doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be waiting for his ID because he has a suspended license because he has unpaid parking tickets and stuff, or not just parking tickets, traffic tickets.
Why do you feel you need to be involved with somebody that is such a dick?
I don't know. Like I fell in love with him, and like he wasn't like this before.
Do you guys have plans? Like to
get married?
You know, is he a kind man? Does he have plans? Are you going to move in together?
He can't talk about that kind of stuff. He's not grown up enough.
Wow, he's 21, Jennifer.
And he's.
Does he know you're pregnant?
Yeah, he knows.
What's his plan for the kid? Did he try to talk you into an abortion or something like that?
At first, he told me that.
Here's our plan. I think we have a plan, and I'm dead serious about this.
All right, we're going to say it on the count of three. Ready?
Ready?
1, 2,
3. Adoption. Our plan is regroup, realize this may have been a very grave mistake, learn something from this, do something very courageous, and give this child to somebody who is prepared to be parents, and get on with your life, and having learned a very serious lesson, which is you don't have to be with assholes. You're worth something more than that. And if you are with people that are not, if you really don't see people for who they are, you can end up in a very bad place. And that's where you are right now. And there is a way out, and I suggest you take it. It'd be great for the child, and it'd be great for you, and it might even teach him a little lesson.
Because if you think about this, Jennifer, just think about the possibility of him saying, wow, I've really turned everything around, and I just got a new job, and I cooked dinner, and we're going to drive in my car, and we're going to raise this kid, and everything's going to be great. There's that, and then there's the lottery,
and there's adoption, and there's my bong, which is where he's going to be spending all his time.
What about your bong, Drew?
Anybody's bong, he'll latch on to.
All right, Jennifer. How about giving the kid up for adoption?
I don't think I can do that.
But think of the child. Make the choice for the child.
Well, think of you too.
Well, if anything, I'd just get rid of him if it came down to it.
The boyfriend. Yeah, then you're there, left alone to raise a child. How are you gonna support yourself?
I don't know. I could figure that one out. If my mom could adopt it. She already told me that.
She would adopt the child.
She will.
Yeah, she said she'd do that. But I don't know if I.
You know this guy's out of the picture, right? Because this is his moment where he gets his act together, and it didn't happen.
Yep, I agree, Stephen.
Actually, he's got about another 20 minutes? six weeks, and then that window slams shut for good.
That's giving him an extension.
All right, so Jennifer, he is going to have to or get off the pot now because he's going to be a dad in a few months.
This is not a guy that gets it together.
He's not ready.
He's not that.
He's 8 years away from getting it together. If he ever gets it together.
Okay. Did you want to hear my other question?
No.
No?
No, we got to go to break. There's no question that could be this big.
Oh, my God, no. Seriously, it's really good.
All right, hurry.
He seriously, recently when we've been having sex and stuff, he, just sometimes goes limp out of nowhere, and, he told me that, he actually cummed, but, I know that he was lying to me because,
Past tense of cum.
He didn't done cummed?
No, he told me that I ejaculated. Because I was like, what happened? Because, he just, goes limp and,
Jennifer?
Yeah.
That wasn't as good as the pregnancy thing.
He's doing drugs.
You led with the best question.
I agree with you.
He's on drugs, and he's a drug. You have to get rid of him.
Do drugs.
All right, what's the problem? One more reason to dump him.
You want to know why he goes limp?
Yeah, why?
You're fat.
Usually it is.
Drew, please.
Most common. Hey, listen. Hey, yeah. It's nothing to do with you, essentially, ever. The reason is either drugs or some emotional issue about being intimate. He's overcome. He's anxious. He's overwhelmed. Whatever it is. Either way,
limp dick.
Either way, it's not good. It's not a good thing. It just adds another.
Even if he approaches me to have sex, it's not me approaching him, and then
it's not about you. That's what you got to get out of your head.
All right, please let your mom raise the kid, or a nice family of raccoon.
All right,
something. All right,
thank you.
All right,
some lemur maybe.
Listen, I don't want anyone who says he cummed in me to raise anything more than an iguana. Only reptiles. I don't even trust them with warm-blooded creatures.
I feel so good. I think we really helped people there.
We really did.
We made our point.
We made our point, and that's our point.
The point is being well taken.
Okay, Drew. Ironically, at a different time, explaining how you made that point.
I'm in pain.
I told you guys this is going to be one of those shows. It's going to be really good.
Drew, you ice your balls down.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with Stephan Jenkins from Third Eye Blind after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Lincoln Park in here tomorrow night. Stephan Jenkins in here tonight from Third Eye Blind. New CD is out today. Out of the Veins, the name of the CD.
Yes, it is.
We're going to hear another cut off the new CD in the next hour. And
after you're gone, you got to leave it alone.
Huh? I think so.
Yeah, that's right.
11 o'clock, by the way, Stephen's just in here for the first hour.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, stay the second break after the 11 break, and we'll play the song.
All right, we'll do that.
Drew will tap his foot feverishly. It'll feel
let's
good.
Get involved. Let's get into the action here.
All right,
here we go.
James?
Yes.
You're 26?
Yes.
What's up?
Question for Drew. Drew, it seems odd, but the girl I'm dating has an excessively small vagina.
Nice.
And, is it small or difficult to penetrate?
Both. She said she was born that way. She actually said when she was born, they had to operate to actually open it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yes, and I've never heard of that. But
no, there's something called there's various disorders of the genitalia. It's sort of in the class of what's called ambiguous genitalia, where they kind of sometimes can't tell if it's a male or female, and they have to surgically move from one direction to the other.
Mm-hmm. You think that's what that was?
Well, it's sort of that kind of thing.
Do they check all that stuff when you're born?
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird detail.
Yeah.
Wait. You're freaking him out. This isn't. It's still a vagina. It's just a really small, tight one.
Correct. Yeah. It had some closure.
There's nothing ambiguous about that.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
It's odd, and it's starting to make things uncomfortable. At first, it was something that we just worked with, and now I'm starting to have chafing and
wow.
Things they're hurting for her.
My goodness.
And,
has she gone to see a gynecologist to see if there are any procedures they can do to help out?
No.
Drew, what about one of those wooden shoe stretchers?
Well, very interestingly,
thank you.
They have graduated acrylic stretchers, basically.
It's still not the spring-loaded dummy foot.
There's one called Jenny. It's the cobbler's friend.
It's made of maple, but.
We're making fun of your pain, but
be that as it may, that's the basic philosophy that sometimes they use to try to improve these kinds of situations. That's how they make a vagina in the male to female transsexual. Mm-hmm. They have them sit on these graduated cylinders.
Do they sit on them?
Basically.
They're not loose? I heard they put them in.
Did she go to the gynecologist?
Yeah, ultimately they can put them in.
Did she go or no?
Yeah, James, has she been to the gynecologist?
Normally, normal visits, but not,
She needs to go and talk about this. There may be some fairly simple solutions to this. There's certainly some effective solutions. And they're all, there's all sorts of things that go on in this world in terms of how society handles the female genital region.
Yeah.
There's all this female genital mutilation where they sew up vaginas and cut off clitorises and stuff. And
just a cultural
not in this
thing,
society.
Not in this continent.
East Africa.
But the point is, a lot of people
China,
end up
they
here.
do some really whack things like that.
And they have restorative procedures. People end up fine and have normal sexual functioning after these things.
Right.
And they may not be psychologically.
Emotionally, they're basket
So
cases,
what Dr. Drew is saying, and I'm just going to translate this, is that go to the gynecologist and everything going to be irie.
There you go.
All right, James?
Not so much a surgical procedure as like an exercise.
There might be, but again, they might give these graduated cylinders to her and that sort of thing. Then get seen. Let's see if that's really what there is. Maybe there's not an anatomical problem. Maybe she has vaginismus, which is a muscular spasm down there that can be corrected.
So you get these things, they're one's bigger than the next. It's like those Russian dolls.
That's right.
It's kind of sexy. Let me give these graduated cylinders to you.
Well, plus they're clear, right?
Daddy loves you.
Kind of cool.
Color.
Emma? Emma?
Yeah.
You're 15?
Yes.
You're 8-year-old, what? 8-year-old girl you babysit is masturbating?
Yeah, I was babysitting Sunday night, and I normally babysit every Thursday. And lately she's sort of been, I don't want to be vulgar or anything, but I guess you'd say she was pretty much humping the end of the couch.
Just in front of you?
A spirited lass.
Yeah.
Young girls will sort of manipulate themselves and do things like that. Just
she seems very disturbed. Like, she's talked with her grandmother making her take showers with her.
All right. Now, when they're disturbed, the sexuality just becomes a way. It becomes sometimes an outlet for aggression, sometimes a way of trying to manage feelings that they just have no other way to manage. It's almost like cutting.
She tried to run away before when I was babysitting.
All right. So this is part of a more global picture of disturbance.
Does she live with her grandmother?
No. I visit every Thursday now with her parents are at counseling, and I was cooking them dinner, and she's going, they're talking about, I don't know what, showers, and then go, yeah, I take showers. She's like, yeah, I see this when Grandma makes me take showers with her.
Well, showering the grandma not only has an emotional component to it, but the boobs resting on your head.
Ew. Sorry.
For that period of time.
The curtains.
For an 8-year-old. And the beef curtain thing. Okay. Sandbags on your head, the curtains
Emma
down
was
below.
trying so hard not to be vulgar. And
I know.
And then Adam hit.
Drew went.
But listen, Emma, you've identified somebody that you know has issues. They're being treated. There's a therapist
They're not
involved.
being treated.
You said the parents were in therapy.
Yeah, but my mom is very involved with the PTA at that school. And I came home one day and she's like, I don't really feel comfortable having you babysit these people anymore. And I was like, I can't really do that unless you tell me why. And she said she had been speaking to the principal, and he said that she had huge problems. She'd be doing this in school. She was very creepy, and that her parents refused to admit she had a problem. That's why she said that at school, because the other school wouldn't let her go there.
All right, so the school's aware, Department of Social Services should be aware. The parents are seeing somebody. That person needs to be notified. There's a child that needs help as well. You can't do anything about it, Emma. This is a way more sophisticated problem.
It is, Emma. You're 15 years old, and you've definitely done what you can do. And at a certain point, you have to kind of.
I think so. Contacting social services is one thing you can do. So.
All right, Nancy Drew. You gotta let this one go. Yeah. Stephan Jenkins in here tonight. One more break with Stephan. We're gonna hear something from Third Eye Blind. We'll do that after this. Everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Stephan Jenkins is here from Third Eye Blind.
Here he is.
Stephan and the rest of Third Eye Blind can be found on the Leno Show tomorrow night.
That's right.
Where new CD is out as we speak. Came out today. We're going to hear something else off of the CD in take 2 calls.
Sure.
Then
2 calls and a jam.
Then a jam.
That's radio.
Shine.
Yeah.
You're 26?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's the doctor's name?
Drew.
His name is Dr. Drew.
Dr.
What's up,
Drew.
Shine?
That's his name. You had mentioned something when you were talking to somebody earlier about spasms, vaginal spasms.
Mm-hmm. Vaginismus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had this problem for a while.
It's horrible, huh?
Huh?
It's awful.
It's absolutely awful.
Mm.
And I don't know what to do about it, and it sucks.
Does it make it impossible for him to penetrate?
Yeah, I can't have sex.
But when you get one of these, do they
It'll and sometimes it'll. They'll last all day for 2 days, 3 days.
Well, Drew, you had this all through high school. How did you beat it?
I didn't.
Anusismus?
Anusismus. How did you lick anusismus?
Oh, jeez. Well, Shine, sometimes these things are sort of spinal reflexes that are just sort of entrained into your musculature. More often than not, though, at least on this show, we find that people have a history of some kind of sexual abuse or something like that.
And we're going to ferret it out right now.
Everything was good growing up?
Oh, yeah.
No physical abuse, anything of that sort?
Oh, no.
Are you uptight in general?
Anxious?
I have anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Are you afraid of the ocean?
Do I what?
You afraid of the ocean?
No.
No? You like to swim out into the surf?
I used to.
What would be, that's an interesting thing Stephan brings up. Like, I was thinking flying. Like, if you were to just pick 2 or 3 sort of major things, I would think swimming out into the surf would be something that somebody that had anxiety would have trouble with. I would think flying.
I used to surf when I was a teenager.
Yeah, see, sometimes people
find their own thing.
People with anxiety often will overcome their anxiety, and water is an interesting place where they tend to do that.
Yeah,
in my
it's
experience.
Being out of control.
Yeah.
What about
but flying is one where they can never be in control.
What about flying?
I don't like flying.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, what if a guy was trying to nail you while you were flying?
Yeah, you'd probably have a pretty hard time.
Difficult, huh?
That could be like negative times a negative and become a positive.
Have you ever...
Greg Adams onto something here. I think it's basically what he's trying to get out here is the Mile High Club.
Have you sought any treatment for any of this besides the...
No, I didn't even think that it was a problem until you said something.
Well, it can be...
I don't listen to your show, so I'm glad that I was listening.
It can be normal. There can be a normal spectrum of this, but...
Shine's a delight. It's like, what's the doctor's name? I don't listen to your show.
It's a crappy show.
How much more good free advice you bucking for?
Chamomile tea, deep breaths, and watch Swedish porn. And
But Shine, you should be. There's a lot of information out on the web about this. There's even like a vaginismus society and things. And then you can look it up and see what things are being done.
That's
www.vaginismus.com. I don't think that's the site, but you can look at it, do a Google search.
It's going to be a hell of a meeting, the vaginismus sign. Nice? Like the guys banging the gavel. Come to order. Can we read the minutes from the last vaginismus meeting? All right.
But there may be exercises you can do. There may be nothing. Maybe not something you have to really worry about. But look into it a little bit and talk to your doctor.
I don't understand. She said she didn't know she had it.
I think you should check into the whole anxiety attacks. These things being related because they usually are.
So I think Stephen's right. It's more of a global issue with anxiety. She didn't know that it was a disorder. She knew that she kind of spasmed. She didn't know there's anything sort of.
Are you unable to have sex?
No, I can have sex.
But sometimes.
But sometimes I can't.
Okay. Yeah, you have a boyfriend?
Huh?
Do you have a boyfriend?
I'm married.
You're married. And even with your husband, you'll put together 3 or 4 good sessions, and then the 5th one, trouble?
Well, yeah, and it just depends on how my day goes. If I have a bad day.
Then you need to start having good days, and then you're going to have good sex.
You need to well, that's what I think. But
that's right.
It doesn't work that way.
All right.
Okay,
it does work that way. It does work that way, but you need to make sure you have those good days.
Oh.
That's what's not working. You're not getting the good days. So.
I don't,
hot bath.
I don't have bad days, or at least I don't announce that I have bad days anymore.
Drew's days just kind of go one on into the next.
So true.
Like
I have bad days because when people, you get hit with lots of sick people.
You get a bunch of people dying. Yeah. All right.
Sterling? Overwhelming days. I think that's what makes a bad day, when it's just too much.
Hello, Sterling.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Sterling can talk now. Go ahead.
Go, Sterling.
Okay. I was kind of worried. I caught your show the other night, and you guys were talking about a guy called and said he was bleeding out of his ass, and I didn't hear all this. Like, I didn't hear all what you guys were saying, but I heard Dr. Drew say that, it can be kind of serious, and it's kind of got me worried because it's happened to me for like the last year. Every few months, it kind of comes up on me, and I don't know what's going on.
I have the strange feeling he's building to a punchline.
No, I believe him.
But be that as it may, rectal bleeding is a medical emergency. It can become very brisk, and you can bleed to death. But in a young person like you, most commonly it would be an internal hemorrhoid, but it can be ulcerative colitis, it can be Crohn's disease, it can be polyps, it can be cancer.
See, that's what I caused when you said polyps, and I've only known one person with that, but...
Well, you're young to be getting this.
Drew, what about just a good basic hard-ass, dry-ass syndrome?
Well, that's what gets the internal hemorrhoids going. But be that as it may, the only way you ever know what is causing the bleeding is someone has to go up there and look. And it's basically an absolute indication for that.
Now, it's not their entire body. It's just their torso.
They just look up the...
How far? What do they look with?
A colonoscope.
They do? What, no feeling around?
They might feel around before they put the scope in, yes.
Yeah, but what about just a field job? Will that tell you anything?
No, you can see if you feel a mass in there, something, but you still got to go in there and look at it and then take pieces of it if it's anything. Good times. Yeah.
Can stress cause this, or...?
If it's hemorrhoids, yeah, certainly. And but, again, it's all speculation.
Do you bleed a lot? I mean, is it like...
No, it's not much. But like I say, I kind of notice it, like if I'm more stressed or if I've been working, hard.
That's more of the hemorrhoid kind of situation.
True. What's worse? Blood in the stool is worse than blood on the paper, right?
It's the same.
Blood on the plow's a John Mellencamp song,
no,
but
any blood out your rear, no matter how it presents itself, it has to be looked into.
So you're saying blood in the stool, same as blood on the paper?
Yeah.
No.
Well, the reason, I'm just saying...
What would be different would be blood dripping out. That's different.
Right. and that's what it is sometimes.
Okay.
But I don't have insurance, and I don't, like I don't know who to go see a doctor-wise, so I'm not sure what to do, and that's why.
Tucson?
What's that? I'm in Phoenix.
There should be a county facility there. Just go to a county hospital, any kind of...
I'm pretty new to the city. Like, I don't really know anything.
County health systems. Just be a lot of waiting in line, but they can handle it, no problem.
The best way to find out where the local county health system is in your town is just go find a hobo.
Follow him. He'll end up there.
Yes, just follow a hobo. All right?
All right, thanks, fellas.
All right. Good times.
Good night.
Good times.
Now it's time for a song.
Let's, yeah.
On that note, that makes me want to hear music.
I thought we were going to get something really exciting. Let's do one more call. Come on. I want to get something good here.
Well,
we got like bloody ass thing. I can't read this. Tell me something good here.
Let's see. Kiss the other guy.
I was hoping that a couple would fill in during the song. We'd get you one good one.
Get something good here.
Well, let's go for a couple good ones during the song. We'll find a couple good ones.
All right. Guy thinks his girlfriend's cheating with his best friend.
All right.
Let's go with that one. Then we'll do a song.
All right.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Harold?
Yeah.
You're 25?
Yeah.
Harold, this is Stephan Jenkins from Third Eye Blind, and I know a little something about cheating and lying and crying, so we're going to get this fixed up right now.
What's the problem?
All right, man. My best friend, he obviously is my best friend for a reason, but he comes over, and I'm not blaming him for anything, but, we're playing cards and stuff, and I'll catch my girl out of the corner of my eye looking at him funny, or she just acts weird when he's around and stuff.
Yeah.
How does she act weird?
I don't know. She
Paint the
acts all
picture.
giddy.
Giddy?
Yeah, almost like, I can't really explain it. Then she's more freaky in bed on the nights he's over.
Oh, boy.
Well, let me ask this. Your friend, assess him physically. Do other girls like him?
Oh, yeah, he's a pimp. He's a lot of people tell me he looks like Justin Timberlake.
Mm-mm. So a lot of girls like him. Does he have a girlfriend?
Oh, no. He's not that guy.
Does she have any girlfriends that you think are kind of hot looking?
Yeah, she's got some pretty friends.
Right. You see him and you're like, you kind of, you can sort of image what it would be like to.
Well, yeah, I'm a man. I watch the man show.
Right. You know what the problem is?
What's that?
Let me tell you something about girls. They are dirty and naughty, and they're horny, just like guys are. And the whole thing about Western culture, about how girls are sort of prim and proper, absolutely, completely not true. And all the thoughts that you have that roll through your head, they roll through hers as well. It's just how it goes, and you have to accept that, and you have to get the whole image of it's called the Madonna whore complex, and it's this thing that operates in Western culture, and Adam's suffering from it. We try to help him as best we can, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah,
you have to just let go of it.
Madonna's a whore. I can't help it. All the counseling in the world is not going to clear that up, Stephen. I'm sorry. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
Hey, Harold.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem like much to build a case on, though. Her getting
but
a
you know
little
what?
giddy.
You know how those instincts sometimes are right, and he sees how she's looking at him.
Well,
let's hope it's just an attraction and nothing has actually been consummated there. But you don't want to distrust your instincts when things say you don't feel right.
I usually think when these kind of things are going down, if you're not drunk, that's probably true.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
But the problem is,
here's
the thing.
Drunk?
This is what we're trying to say.
Let's be honest.
So what? She likes
him.
Okay.
I think, I know if it came down to it, I know he wouldn't. I'm not to say he wouldn't. I'm sure he would get her naked in the room.
Are you going to get married?
And then call me.
Are you going to marry her? Harold.
Am I married? No.
Are you going to marry her?
I don't know.
No plan. Okay.
Okay.
If she straightens up or not.
Well, hold on a second, though. So far, her having vigorous sex with you on nights where he seems to be around is not much.
That's not much.
And you catching her out of the corner of your eye looking at him, it's not really. That's not really too much either.
Something, but not very much.
Okay. All right, he's a pretty pimp guy. He's got a good job. He drives a nice car.
So you're threatened by him. That's a different issue.
Yeah, but let me ask this.
Really not, because I work at the same place. I make the same amount of money, but. She's always asking, when he's not around, she's like, "Oh, how's he doing?" But
well, can you live with it? Can you live with her having a flirtation with him? Because these kinds of things are going to happen if you go out in the long term. This kind of stuff happens, and women become flirtatious around men. That's their job in the order of things.
The other thing too, yes, a lot of women feel that it's their job to be sort of sexual toward men, or at least have any man in the room attracted to them at any given time.
Was she sexually abused? Harold?
It is their job.
She had no
I
history.
don't think so. Anyway, she never brought it up to me.
All right. You might ask her about that, because if she has a history of sexual abuse, she will constantly need that kind of sexualization in relation to men, and then she'll be surprised when they respond with a sexual overture.
It's not every. This isn't the. This is.
Other than that, but we're going too far.
They're just being flirty, and I think you have to just ask yourself. It's like this is going to pass eventually. Flirtations always do. She might have a little crush on him. Can you live with it?
Yeah.
If you can't, then you have to call them both on it. If you can, 3 weeks from now, you'll know the answer.
All right. And has she ever cheated before on you?
No.
No?
How long have you been with her?
Well, I mean, I say no, but do I really know that?
Harold, you're just an idiot.
I'm
You're
really
just insecure.
horny.
Yeah.
Look, if you got these kind of doubts and just break it up, it'll drive you nuts. All right. Harold's just...
This is going to end in... This is going to end in...
Their numbers might not match, you know what I mean?
A black eye.
Adam,
yes.
The numbers aren't matching.
Well, just
here.
the fact that his name is Harold.
Yeah.
That's trouble right there.
Yeah, good point.
But this is also why 25-year-old guys really shouldn't be getting married.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that energy, Stephen. Think about the energy you had at 25 with the ladies, and jealous, and you're either
looked at him.
You're either angry about guys in the future.
Oh, I'm still stuck. I don't know how to behave any better.
Talk to that
just
guy.
I gotta,
But I mean,
rap.
think where you were at when you were 25.
Or 18.
Well, Harold's a little bit more confused because he's got the
His name's Harold.
If his friend's a pimp, then sort of ask yourself, what would my friend do? He'd be pimpy in this situation. So you got to get your limp on and just kind of let things roll off your back, because there's just nothing worse than a jealous guy. It's not attractive.
That is very true.
Yes.
It's like bad cologne. It doesn't. It never works.
Here.
That's right. All right, that's a good place.
What would James Bond do?
He would not be named Harold Bond. We'll hear a little something from Third Eye Blind.
That's my new album coming out. It's today. It came out today.
Yep, Out of the Vein. It is.
I wanted to actually call the album this. We were going to call the album Crystal Baller. I thought this is the greatest title. The crystal ball, looking into a provident future and then being a baller. Hip-hop vernacular for shot caller, somebody who's in charge of their world. So this was this thing that I just thought was so witty and great. And
what happened?
In the band was like, no. We don't want to name the album after a song. It's like, let it bleed, dude. Rolling Stones. What's wrong with that? So anyway, it turned out just to be a song called Crystal Baller.
And here
off
it
the album
is.
Out of the Vein.
Here it is. That is Third Eye Blind. The CD, Out of the Vein, is out as we speak. Another good song off the new album, which you should all go out and get. Leno, tomorrow night. You can see the guys performing live, at least live, while you're at home. Stephen is here. We're going to do one more call before he clears out of here. Sarah?
Hello?
You're 15?
Sarah.
Yes.
What's up?
Well, I've been dating this guy for a couple months.
We could gamble.
Ooh. Yeah.
Steven, done any gambling with us ever?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Sarah, hold on. We're going to...
Got a very young girl voice. That means it's gambling time. We haven't done it in a while. Steven, you got $1 on you? Drew, you want some? I think I got nothing but tens. You want to do a big stakes game? Drew won't do it.
He won't do it? He won't do it?
I'll do it.
I'll loan you $1.
Thank you.
I got
Steven fronts me here.
I think $5's the smallest thing I got.
Now I'm supporting Drew's habit. We just got to get William Bennett involved in this.
Put my 5 in. He lost $8 million.
But I'm a moral man.
All right, all we heard... Okay, here's her question. She's 15. She lost her virginity to boyfriend. No orgasm, I guess, on her part.
It says here on the board she's not attracted to it. Or does that mean... I think this suggests... Does it mean she's not attracted to it?
Okay. Now, we heard the real little girl voice. Drew?
And we heard the voice.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
No, go ahead, you guys. I'll go last.
No.
All right, again, we're gambling on her past. I'm going with just straight and basic sexual abuse. Yeah, you want an age or a date or a time?
I'll try to come in with that.
All right, you're going sexual abuse too?
Yeah.
Right,
I'm going to say it's it was the uncle in...
Well, you don't have to take sexual abuse. You could take...
Oh, no, I'm going with I'm going to get... No, it's...
He is not to be left out.
All right.
How dare you?
Could have gone with alcoholic dad.
It was the butler with the
candlestick
with the rope.
Colonel Mustard.
It was Colonel Mustard. Yeah, I'm gonna say family member, sexual abuse.
Okay.
Somewhere around 9.
9.
Ooh, I was going
family member.
Yeah, I'll try to zero anymore. 8. neighbor or something like that.
Ooh, neighbor.
And but just some real profound abandonment. Like she was like left. I don't know if she's
but true, you'll always be able to
orphan
talk her into
foster.
that.
So you're going to go abuse and dad's gone?
No, like more like foster home or something. Like really bad abandonment.
All right, I'm going stepdad 7. Oops,
Sarah.
wait a minute.
Oops.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Any sexual abuse?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, please, God, please let there be sexual abuse. Come on.
No, you're wrong, Adam.
I got a 5-spot riding out here. Nothing?
No.
Come here and give me a hug. Yeah.
Are your parents still together?
No.
No, they're not.
Remarried.
They're what?
My mom remarried.
Remarried to an evil, sexually abusive stepfather, yes?
No.
No? All right. And I know I'm a horrible guy. I'm so disappointed that you haven't been sexually
Yeah,
abused.
you realize, Sarah, this is the moment where you can just break it all down and tell everybody everything, right?
Yeah.
We're getting the real deal, right?
She's starting to sound more normal, actually.
I know.
Sarah
Very
might have just been
disappointing.
nervous. Just a bunch of...
So,
Hi, Sarah, we're a bunch of hacks on the radio here.
Everything. So, your childhood was okay with you?
No, I didn't have that good of a childhood.
What happened?
Nothing really. I guess I've kind of been crazy my whole life. My parents divorced when I was early.
How old?
I think maybe 4.
And what was your mom? Did you live with your mom for a while?
Yeah, I've always lived with my
What
mom.
was she like?
Oh, I hate her.
Why?
She's a bitch to me. Oh.
Did she do drugs or alcohol or something?
No, she's straight as a pencil.
And was she around all the time for you, or did she just sort of leave you like a latchkey child?
Kind of like a latchkey child, yeah.
No, please. Everyone
You've heard that
says
phrase before, Sarah?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear it?
Health class.
After
At
school
health class?
special.
And so you were, were you taken care of properly?
My older sister kind of looked out for me, but she was on drugs, so.
And no one ever.
Your older sister doesn't have boyfriends who like to come over and say make out and stuff?
Yeah, no one ever touched you or did anything to you didn't like?
No.
Huh?
Come on. Drew just had the surgery. He's low on cash. Come on.
So now we're going to talk about sexual satisfaction of a 15-year-old girl here?
Didn't somebody like play doctor with you or something?
No.
Never happened anything like that. 'Cause I just get the sense that you were. Here's my sense. Again, I get this abandonment, unsupervised. And kind of people were sort of doing things to you that you might not have been all that. You know, you might have felt helpless in situations with people, even people your own age.
Maybe.
When did you lose your virginity?
Probably about a month ago.
A month ago. And that's why you're calling.
Yeah.
And your boyfriend is how old?
Well, he's not my boyfriend.
Oh.
That's the thing.
The penis?
The penis.
It's attached to a guy who's how old?
Excuse me, penis donor.
Penis donor is how old?
17.
And what's the problem?
Well, I was just reading this article, and it just kind of stuck in my mind that maybe I'm not getting orgasms because I'm not...
You know, this is such a drag. You got this society right now where a 15-year-old is not allowed to be 15 because she's reading some article about, like, her sexual satisfaction, and this has started, like, you know, you've got, like... It's such a bummer to me that you know, this starts when like 10-year-olds are out there dressing like they're teenagers, and you don't get any like childhood or play or anything like that. It's just
all right. So Sarah,
it breaks my heart, Sarah.
Yeah, you're 15. You may be a few years off of a good orgasm. Okay, I'd had 5,600 by the time I was 15, but it was at my own hand.
Okay.
All right, so you just, I agree with Stephen. Just be a 15-year-old, be a teenager.
Just, you know, can I just make a recommendation to you? It's called softball. Just join the team. Or soccer. Have you ever played soccer?
No, I'm not in sports.
Yeah, well, you know what? Check it out. Go try it. Go out there, and even if you're really bad and you're third string, just go see what it's like.
I agree.
Because there's this, like, sex is incredibly complicated. And
no, I agree with the softball.
And don't read those totally whack-ass magazines. It's just, forget it. These are written by hacks who are just trying to tell stories.
That's right.
Sort of like us. And it's just, you know, just stay away from it.
All right, we will,
That's what I have to say about it, Sarah. So rock on, because I'm out of here.
Stephen is getting punchy. He saved his worst for last. Third Eye Blind, everyone. The CD is out today. out of the vein. Stephen is out of here now. Going to do Leno tomorrow night. We'll see him then.
Back. This is a draw.
And Stephen, always a delight to see you.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys.
We'll be back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Lincoln Park in here tomorrow night. Stephan Jenkins has left the building. Always good to see him. Stephen, definitely a different spirit, but a good guy, and enjoyed seeing him. So maybe we'll see him tomorrow night. We'll go get a drink or something. All right, Drew. You doing all right? Not feeling too good? What's the matter, buddy?
Hurts.
All right.
Nuts are swelling up.
All right.
Yeah.
You got to heal thyself.
See what they sound like when I move around?
That was Drew's nuts. They sound like an old pirate ship.
Jennifer?
Yes.
You're 19?
Yes. Hello.
Hi. What's going on?
Well, I don't know. Whenever I talk to my friends, everybody talks about how they can't get off anyway, but like when their clit is stimulated, you know what I mean? But for me, I can only orgasm vaginally.
Well, the people like you,
hold on a second. What are you doing there, Jennifer?
Breakfast set?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing? Putting paneling up in your den?
Oh, no. Just relaxing in my room.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Can you go shut the TV?
I'm sorry.
The radio.
And the computer.
And just hold still for a second.
Okay.
All right. So you only have an orgasm through penetration.
Right.
But you don't have one through oral sex.
I can't.
You can't. That is a very interesting twist, especially for a 19-year-old.
Well, these women typically are multi-orgasmic. Is that you, Jennifer?
Well, it never really usually can get that far.
You can't have more than one?
Well, not because of me.
The guy can't keep going.
Yeah.
But you could have more than one.
I assume I could.
Yeah.
Well, why does he finishes right after you finish, or?
If it makes it that long, yeah.
Is this the only guy you've been with?
No.
And how long do guys normally go with you?
It depends on the guy. Some guys it could be 2 hours, some it's 20 minutes.
All right. Now, the guy that you're with for 2 hours, did you have more than one orgasm?
Yes.
Okay, that's my point.
We're the world's dumbest callers.
Just that's the point I'm making, is that women that have vaginal orgasms only usually are multi-orgasmic, and also sometimes are into anal sex, too. That's the same thing.
Haven't been able to try it.
But are interested in it.
Drew, you notice that
very interested in it.
You say anal sex. Whenever you say anal sex, you do it with like a ventriloquist. Like your mouth is almost closed.
I'm afraid to say it.
Your teeth are clenching. You go, your mouth's gaping open. It's flopping around the whole time. Women who do it can do it with anal sex. So you need you know what you need, Drew? A ventriloquist dummy, anal sex dummy.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey,
Jerry Mabloni.
Hey, knothole, do you know when you can hear people having anal sex? Yes. Drew, say anal sex while drinking a cup of water. All right. So,
Jennifer.
Yeah. Jennifer?
Yes.
So that's you, and that is about probably less than 10% of women. And that is a unique talent, and we don't know why there's this group of women that are different.
You're fine, yes.
And in your group, you tend not to have a real significant refractory phase. That's what's different. Not only is there this sort of you don't like direct clitoral stimulation, you also tend not to have refractoriness, so you'll keep having orgasms.
God bless you.
Yeah,
you are.
It sucks?
Yes.
Why?
Because everybody wants to go down, and it's just not working.
No, they don't want to go down.
No, they think you need that. They don't understand. They think you need that. They think that's important for you. But if they knew that was not important, you tell them up front. They'll be applauding.
Wonderful.
Celebrating.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you really. That's not a problem. Just tell them. You know what you do if you don't want to make it uncomfortable, and you're going to have sex with a guy, and he starts to go down on you. You just go, oh, I'm too hot. I want you in me. And the guy will be like, done and done. Done.
Oh.
Let me tell you when that going down on thing. It's like, you know those movies where the the poor guy from the wrong side of the tracks all of a sudden is sitting at the table with the queen and the king, and their piece of chicken lands on his plate, and he's looking around, and he's looking at his fork, and he's not sure what to do with it. Then he sees the queen pick it up and take a big bite in his hands, and he goes, and he just grabs it with his hand. That's how we feel when we dodge the oral sex bullet. We're like, what? I'm going to go down. Oh, you want me? Done.
Guys also, their masculine egos are gratified by their penis causing the orgasm. Guys want that to happen.
Yes.
And so when they can do that, it's just they're fine. They're happy.
Right.
And it's not most women that get that. It's very. And I wonder if we'll ever know what that difference is. But it is
Jennifer.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm a little confused. You're with a guy now.
No. Well, sort of. In that way, I am.
You have a friends with benefits kind of thing going?
Exactly.
And you cannot convey to him that you're really not into the oral, or?
Oh no, this guy, it's okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay with everybody.
He's cool. He doesn't really try all that much, but
that's a big man.
I do most of the trying with everything. So.
Oh boy.
What are you doing with this guy? By the way, he busts a nut in 10 seconds. You're doing all the work. He's not interested in even attempting the oral. What are you doing with this guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're in love with him.
Basically.
Does he have another girlfriend?
He's seeing somebody else.
Yeah, I just get that loud and clear.
He's like, yeah. All right, Jennifer, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You're 19.
I ask myself that every day.
You're attractive, right?
I hope so.
You have the vaginal orgasms. Get with a guy who can appreciate you.
I'm trying to look.
You know what's interesting?
Got any suggestions?
Jennifer.
Dump this guy.
And so you'll be
Free
available
your mind up
for
a
somebody
little.
else. Jennifer, wait. Do you when you hear your friends talking about not being able to have an orgasm vaginally, did you at first think they were kind of lying, or that they weren't, didn't quite understand what they were talking about even?
Kind of, yeah.
Because when I've talked to other women who are multi-orgasmic, they go, "What are my friends? They're lying. Why do they make up these stories?" It's like it doesn't make sense to them. Even it's so easy for them.
True.
Why?
True. You bite onto one thing, you never let it go.
I know.
And I love it when you steer the callers. Did you make a good attorney actually if you didn't hate him so much? You know what I'm saying?
Keep moving.
All right. What about those doctor attorneys?
Yeah.
That's a weird batch there, isn't it? It's like, as a doctor, aren't these your arch enemy? This is your nemesis, these attorneys. They're going to become one? No one ever...
If you can't beat them, join them. That's sort of the...
Yeah. Are there attorneys that become doctors? I've seen doctors that become attorneys.
Around, yeah.
Mike?
Yeah.
You're 27?
Yeah.
What's up?
Not much. I really like listening to your guys' show.
Thanks, Mike.
My question is, my girlfriend, she likes to, while we're having sex, she likes to have her breast squeezed really, really hard.
Yeah.
How rare.
Yeah. And I'm just concerned that can that cause any health problems or
no?
If you pull one off,
if you rip it off,
bleeding.
that'd not be good. But no, there's nothing you can't cause traumatic cancer or something like that.
Doesn't cause any like blood clots or anything.
No, you could get something called mastitis, I guess, which are inflamed glands, but I've not heard of that precipitating that.
Would that make her boobs hurt a lot?
If you bruise them,
do they hurt a lot now?
They do. Yeah.
Well, how vigorous is the kneading?
Well, she just likes them, squeezed real hard.
So,
Mike,
have you ever thought about writing fiction or screenplays?
Have I thought of it?
Yeah.
You make a great auctioneer too.
No.
Yeah, I always like the.
Down three. I got you. Down three.
How vigorous is the squeezing going on? She likes some squeeze real hard.
So expressive.
Okay.
So clear.
I mean, I close my eyes and I just see a kaleidoscope of colors and images in front of me. Mike.
Yeah.
I know she likes them squeezed real hard, but I mean, you know what you're doing. You think that would hurt if someone did that to you, kind of thing?
Yeah, it would hurt mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you ought to ease off just a little bit.
Well, I tried to, but she likes it.
All right.
I mean, I've been concerned about it myself because it's gotta hurt.
Mike.
Yeah.
Let me ask you some questions.
Yeah.
What trade you in?
I'm a structural welder.
Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah, I got metal, and I got trade. Trade and metal. Got trade and metal.
Yeah.
Is it aluminum? Maybe I went to
Anderson wants to know if it's aluminum. It's not aluminum.
No, it's iron. Iron
Yeah,
worker.
That's right. Anderson, why are you asking? And by the way, structural metal is not. They don't make any high-rise out of aluminum.
It sounds like brain damage.
Oh, I see.
No, but I used to do aluminum. I used to build featherlight trailers in Iowa.
Uh-huh.
For NASCAR racers.
Uh-huh. Anderson is part of a lawsuit. He never actually did any Heliarc work. He never actually welded any aluminum, Anderson, but he still has brain damage, and he wants to
Blame it on
basically.
that.
I smoked out of cans, bro.
He
drank a few Cokes.
He smoked out of the same Pepsi can all the way through high school, and he claims that's what's
Nice.
caused his hair to be that way. All right, we're going to take Boatek and smell metal on a man.
It was good.
We're
Good job.
going to take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Lincoln Park in here tomorrow night. It'll be good to see them. Don't think we've seen them in a little bit.
No.
We'll look forward to that tomorrow
kinda
night.
predicted they'd be around. Remember when we were dealing with At the Drive-In and Lincoln Park, and we thought,
Yeah, I remember that both bands came out about the same time,
Yep.
At the Drive-In and Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
And At the Drive-In, turns out the guys were a-holes. I remember that clearly. And then we went and saw them perform with Lincoln Park, and we thought, no, At the Drive-In sucks. And then I thought, good. That's nice.
because Lincoln Park are a great.
It's always
band.
nice when a-holes suck. And then Lincoln Park, we thought, well, these guys are good. And sure enough, well, here they are. Maybe there is a God. Kurt?
Yeah.
You're 26?
Yes.
What's up?
I have a question. Today at work, me and a guy had a bet. He was trying to tell me that if you have anal sex with a girl, she produces secretions, lubricating secretions out her anal.
Yep.
And I disagreed.
It's called number 2.
Yes, that's what's lubricating is the number 2.
Anything, any secretions down there?
No, nothing different than a man's.
Well, what about a little natural WD-40 just to help things out of the chute?
I mean, should you?
I'm saying if I was designing a body.
No, anuses produce a little mucus.
A little
Rectums
mucus.
do, but males produce it too. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit of.
Oh, no different. Oh,
No
so Kurt, were you saying a difference between women and men?
No, he was saying that a girl produces, if she has an orgasm, she can have an orgasm out her anal.
She can
That's
have an
called a fart.
Yeah.
That's what
No, she can have an orgasm from anal sex, but it's only guys like Jennifer women like Jennifer who we were just talking to who already have multiple orgasms that tend to be the ones that do that.
But there's no anal orgasm.
There's no anal orgasm per se. There's no anal clitoris. There's no anal G-spot. There's no anal vaginal secretions. No,
Right.
that's your anus.
But there is a little mucus that's produced to help things.
Sometimes, yeah, for some people.
Actually, God meant that mucus for things that were sliding out of the anus, actually.
Absolutely.
So you can only really appreciate it on the backstroke,
Yes.
those you religious folks out
That's
there. Right. All right. David?
Yeah.
Not the compression stroke, as we like to say in
Hello?
the business. Yeah, you're 25.
25, yes.
What's up?
My question is, I've been seeing this girl for about 6 months now, and she's really awesome and everything, and she's been asking a lot of questions about my past. And the truth be told, my past is I was with a man for 8 years, and yeah, just a phase I went through, I guess. I don't know how to explain it other than that, but I'm afraid to tell her.
Hold on.
Because,
Phase,
know.
hold on. Phase is giving a guy a handy at a club when you're really high on X a couple weekends in a row. Living with a dude for 8 years, that's a way of life.
That's a commitment.
Yeah, it's not a phase.
But do you think it's possible to change that about a person?
I think that sometimes that happens, but usually in the course of some kind of like a catastrophic event or intensive analysis or something, people will change sometimes.
Right.
But rarely, almost never.
Well, I mean, obviously you're trying to live it down.
Or change it.
Or change it. And I guess the question is do you feel like you're with a woman now because you don't accept the gay lifestyle?
Or you're trying not to be gay?
I think that I could spend the rest of my life with this girl. But in doing that, I think this can be important that she knows, you know? Because, I mean, my family knows, everybody knows. And
how is it you're not gay? How is
it? I'm not attracted to men.
How did you get over that?
I don't think I ever was. I'm not really sure how to explain it other than...
Were you sexually...
Right. When I met this guy, I was just really attracted to him, and it just went from there, and I got stuck in it and just stayed with it because you get comfortable.
How old were you when you got stuck in it?
17.
Were you sexually abused when you were like 11 or something?
No, nothing.
How old was he?
18 at the time. And we were together for 8 years, and then I've been alone for...
Were you having thoughts about women when you were 17?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was dating a girl when we met.
And yet some guy sucked you into a relationship to you.
Exactly. I think my problem was I think I just got stuck. Now I have to explain.
Was there anything else weird about it? Any kind of cultural, or were you any kind of cult or anything or something like that?
No, nothing at all, nothing like that. It was just, if this guy was a woman, we'd probably been still together.
Women have this. Men don't usually have this.
Hold on a second. Yeah, they're not normally this flexible.
Yeah.
He was with a girl at 17. He was into chicks. Everything was fine. He met a guy. Just kind of got sucked into it for 8 years. And by the way, 8 years.
It's a marriage.
From 17 to 25 is your entire adult sexual life.
He's only 25 now. It just ended.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
How did it end? Let's figure that out. How did that relationship end?
Found someone else.
A girl?
Yeah, he did. He found another guy.
So this would still be going on?
I'm not sure.
Well, it sounds like it would be.
Why did it end then?
What's that? Because I chose to leave. The lifestyle was just too different. It wasn't what I was expecting out of life, I guess. I don't know. But my thing is that...
All right, so you're in love with this girl now.
Right.
And you have no intention of ever being with another man.
No.
How long have you been with her?
For 6 months.
6 months.
Okay. I say keep this to yourself.
Right.
Oh.
Does she know anything?
Nothing. The problem is that she's starting to meet my family, my parents, and stuff like that, and I'm just afraid that something's going to be said and something's going to come up, and I don't know how to approach it, if I should do it ahead of time so it doesn't come down to it.
Dad's going to have a couple of beers.
If we
hey, queer bait, come here. You coming over for Christmas?
Well, I don't know how to advise him because I don't understand the situation.
Okay, David, here's the deal. She will freak out hard and heavy.
Right.
If and when she hears about this. Believe you me. As cool as it is for a guy when the chick tells him, yeah, I had a little something with my friend in summer camp, is as freaky as it is for a woman. Women freak out when they hear this. And if they don't, you may not want her. So, here's the thing. If you're in love with her and you're not planning on straying and you've gotten guys out of your system, you have a little talk with your family. You tell them, please shut your pie holes.
Right.
And I will tell her on my terms, and in good time, and you never tell her.
And I don't know that this can't happen, but I've never seen.
I worry that I worry about you keeping this this straight facade up,
Somewhere
David.
He's going to get a honkering for mail,
as we all do. As we all do.
I'm not sure.
Okay, lie.
Right.
Thank you.
Boy.
Producer Ann is not listening to the show, but she can hear me. You just not. Ann, how freaked out would you be if you found a guy, you thought you were in love, things were getting serious, you'd been with him for 6 months, and then found out he'd just basically been exclusively with a dude for the 8 prior years? I mean,
you'd be over.
That'd be a complete deal
Tara
breaker.
just vomited.
Complete deal breaker. Right? Right. Yeah. You want this thing to work out? You do not. Don't say you've been with a guy one time. It freaks girls out, and rightfully so. We'll be back. I was actually driving in tonight, and I heard this song, and I almost turned around. It's like
you thought the show was over.
I was on the 10. I was just yanked the e-brake, pulled the Starsky and Hutch move, slapped the siren on the roof of the car, and head on home.
That's
had a great Pavlovian response to it. All righty. Well, that's a show. I want to thank Stephan Jenkins for coming in here. Third Eye Blind CD. It's been 3 years. It is out. It sounds great from what we've heard. Go out, get that, support him. They're going to be on The Tonight Show on Leno tomorrow night.
Yep.
Go watch them there. And Lincoln Park in here tomorrow night. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
I got down to it, and she got, real big beef curtains. I didn't know if that...
Whoa!
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.